Hey guys, this is Super Strike Eagle for the Super Nintendo. This game was released in 1993 by a company called Microprose, and this is a really cool shooter game because this kind of mixes a couple different genres. You've got your cockpit, kind of more traditional PC style combat simulation, and then you've got some overhead shooting levels which take advantage of the Mode 7 Super Nintendo scaling and rotation. So it's a really fun shooting game. I owned this on the Super Nintendo back in the day. You play as an F-15 Strike Eagle, and you're up against MiGs, so you know they kind of put a little bit of storyline into it. It's just a good mix of arcade shooting and flight simulation. So check it out.
So here we go. Little intro video. You can see a MiG-29 there, and little F-15 comes up behind him and throws a missile.
Bandit splat! Super Strike Eagle.
So here we go. It starts, you gotta take off, which is really just putting your throttle up, and away you go. And right away we run into some MiGs, so it goes into the cockpit view. Now this is just like your, typical flight sim on a PC. You've got your main guns and you've got your missiles. Throttle up and down is the X and Y, and L and R is flare and chaff. Now this comes in handy at all the parts during the game whenever there's a missile or something coming at you. Depending if it's radar guided or heat seeking, your flares and your shafts can save you from getting hit by a missile. And the guns don't want to kill this guy. So I'm just going to throw a missile at him and see how he likes it. There we go.
Bandit splashed!
So now it goes to our map view. And this is where we fly to our targets. Whenever you fly over a ground target, then it goes into your Mode 7 view. And this is how a lot of the game's played. Either, like this or in the cockpit is the two kind of main ways of action. So here you can basically shoot or drop like your guided bombs on targets. So you can see they really take a neat advantage of the Mode 7. I've never seen a flight sim like this before on a console at the time, anyways. And I thought it was pretty awesome graphics at the time. So there you can see I just dropped a shaft, and it pulled that missile towards it. So you can shoot all the anti-aircraft and the SAM sites and stuff, but your main targets are really all you have to hit. They're usually power plants, or they could be an air base or something like that. Give you an idea of how high you can go. You can really get up in height. It's just not a very big it's not a very big area, the Mode 7 area. I'm sure that's mostly a restriction. Actually, the cities do get pretty big. Ran into a couple more MiGs, so I have to take them out.
Bandit splashed!
Now it's worth noting that this part of the game is a little bit laggy. Just the controls trying to steer the plane, like, you know, you hit right and then it takes a second before the plane starts hitting right, and then you hit left to counter, and by the time you hit left, it's a little bit laggy. It's not horrible, but it is a little bit laggy. These Mode 7 parts of the game are not laggy at all. They're perfectly fast, and so here's the city level, and you can see that there's an airstrip in here somewhere. There it is, a little airport down there. So that's just the target there. Now once again, these graphics I thought were really impressive on the Super Nintendo, you know, when I had this game. And I was just kind of getting into, you know, fighter planes and stuff when I had this game. So once again, there's a missile that I just avoided from hitting me.
Target destroyed.
As you get low enough, you do see your shadow, which is just a good indication that it's time to pull up. You can't hit the ground in those Mode 7 areas. So, mission accomplished. We destroyed all the targets. Now we just have to land. Landing's a little bit tricky, but it's not like Top Gun tricky. If you watch the Angry Video Game Nerd version of Top Gun, you know what I'm talking about. This, you just gotta have the right speed and the right angle. It's pretty straightforward. Pull up a little bit, pull your throttle, and just like that, you've landed.
Death again.
So there you go. Probably a lesser known game. I mean, I doubt these flight sim kind of shooting games were all that popular to begin with. I just happened to have this game when I was younger. I actually had this game on the Super Nintendo, and you know, I liked it. So there you go. I just thought I'd show you that.